Okay, here we go. I'm drinking kombucha tea, not beer, because I'm just getting over COVID. So, have you ever minted an NFT and realized down the road that the metadata is screwed up? Maybe you fucked up the image and need to change the IPFS hash. Maybe you fucked up the attributes and need to edit or remove them. Well, there is a way to do it, and it's not easy. This is a very labor-intensive and difficult process. It takes a while just to edit one. But there are ways to automate it, but that's beyond the scope of this tutorial. With that being said, this is also probably going to be the most advanced tutorial video I've done. But if you are, if you're too busy, if you can't get the node running, if you don't know basic programming, you can just message me here on Twitter and I'll do it for you for a price. Okay. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So if you want, like I said, if you want me to do this for you, just DM me on Twitter and we'll talk prices here. I think the more that I do this, the better I'll get. So let's talk about metadata on the blockchain. So metadata lives on the blockchain forever, but in Cardano, the metadata standard requires that the most recent minting transaction for a given asset is going to determine its canonical metadata. Canonical, like a fancy word for something that's authoritative. Now you probably already know that. But in order to override the metadata on an existing NFT, even one that's not in your wallet, you need two things. One, you got to make sure the policy ID is unlocked. If it's locked, there's nothing you can do. Not even Charles Hoskinson himself can help you. But if it's unlocked, you need to mint an identical NFT with the same asset name and then burn it. Now you're probably thinking, oh, okay, I'll just go into NFT Maker Pro and just, make another NFT with the same asset name and do that. No, you can't do that. So if you notice in my steps here, you have to install your own Cardano Node. That in and of itself is quite a feat. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Oh shit, titties. Let's get out of here. Let's be professional. What was I doing? There are two links that I'm going to provide in the description for running and installing your own Cardano Node. And you're going to want to run this on mainnet because there's going to be two different Cardano nodes out there. I highly suggest that you practice this first on testnet. But if you're crazy like me, you'll just do it on mainnet. Fuck it, do it live, right? So Lovelace Academy makes a really good tutorial, and I'm not going to go over this because this would make the video, 4 hours long. You could just go to this link and then go down to shortcut number 2 and just follow these and configure it for mainnet. So like I said, I'm not going to go over how to install the Cardano node. That's not what this tutorial is about. But Lovelace Academy makes a great tutorial, as well as the developers page for Cardano, right here, they're installing Cardano Node. So Cardano Node is going to be the server, and Cardano CLI is going to be the client that's going to interact with the server. And if you got, Linux, Mac, or Windows, it tells you how to do it on here. I don't know if Lovelace Academy does this for. Yeah, Lovelace Academy just assumes that you've got Linux or Mac. So you can, if you got Windows, which I guess a lot of you guys do, you can just go to the developers link here on Cardano. I'll provide this in the description below. So, yeah, top-down overview. You got to get this Cardano Node installed on your computer first. Let me tell you right now, before you stop the video and do this, that Cardano Node is going to be a resource hog. It says right here, you got to have at least 12 gigs of RAM and 30 gigashits of free hard drive space. Lovelace Academy says that you should have at least 64 gigashits of hard drive space. I would probably go with the 64-bit or 64 gigs. You have to have at least, just have at least that, because it's going to take all of that, almost all of that. I installed Cardano Node on testnet and also on mainnet. As of a few days ago, it took me a little bit over 8 hours to fully sync testnet on my computer, and it took 26 and a half hours to sync mainnet on my computer. So keep that in mind, okay? If you try to go install this, you're going to have your computer on for at least an entire day, more than that, just to sync up with mainnet. And watching this in the future, that time will probably just keep increasing. So once we've got that done, after the 26 hours syncing for mainnet, we're going to go in and create some wallet addresses with Cardano CLI. We're then going to go into NFT Maker Pro, and we're going to export the policy keys, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we're going to create a new JSON file with the metadata that we would like to add. And then we build the transaction, sign it, and then submit it. And once it's submitted, remember the last step is you have to burn that token, because that's the point of an NFT, is there's only one of them. So you don't mint the new NFT and you send it to the person. No, you mint it and then you burn it, because like I said, the metadata on Cardano, it's canonical. It's the last one minted. That would take precedence. So the last minted asset is going to override the previous ones. And if you're lost, well, just keep watching. Okay. So let's talk about the let's talk about what we're going to be trying to change here. So I have in my where the fuck is it? I use Daedalus. Yeah, I have in my my Daedalus wallet one of these NFTs right here that I would like to edit, and it's called the Marijuana Addicted Ape. Okay, so I'm going to go into my pool, and I'm going to click on this, and boom, there we go. Marijuana Addicted Ape. This is a very rare and exclusive NFT. Thousands of ADA, and it's got some pretty decent attributes here. Favorite activity, flinging feces. Favorite food, McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese. Joint smoked 420. Number of friends 0. Power level disgraceful. Sexual preference twinks. So these are all pretty much standard attributes that you find on any ape-themed NFT. So this is just pretty much run-of-the-mill, and it's going to sell for thousands because it's an ape NFT. That's a real truck fit hat. That's not photoshopped at all. So the goal of this tutorial is I would like to edit one of these. Attributes, and then I like to go add another one right on here. And let's take a look at the history of this NFT. So I just minted it an hour and 13 minutes ago, and this is all of the mint history. So you'll notice later on in the tutorial when we go to mint this again, if we did it right, it's going to have 2 mints on here, and then once we burn it, it's going to show up as I believe it's going to show up as 3 mints. So mint +1. And then we're going to mint another one, the exact identical asset name, and then we're going to burn it. And then when we burn it, it's going to say mint -1, also known as burning is also known as negative minting. Here is the history of Marijuana Addicted Apes 2 on Ada Tools, another good website to use. So once we mint this, again, we'll refresh this page, and we should see some more mint history on here and on here. So are you guys excited that we're going to be working on Marijuana Addicted Apes? I am. All right, let's get some shit started here. We'll just clear that out. Blah blah blah. And the first thing that we need to do is we need to get my windows correct here. We're gonna, I'm already SSHing in my machine here. Okay. We need to run the Cardano node. And like I said, this is not a tutorial on how to install Cardano Node. If you just go to those 2 links I got in the description, they're both good tutorials, but we need to have the node up and running so we can actually interact with it. So I'm just going to copy this command that I have in here. And if you're confused, this command is also pretty much verbatim in the Lovelace Academy and Cardano developers. Basically saying Cardano node run, we're giving it the mainnet topology, I'm pointing it to the DB. Pretty much the big thing that you guys would be editing here is the host address. I guess I could just change that to 127.0.0.1, but whatever. So we've got this, and let's see if this runs. So when you run Cardano node, it's going to look all kind of funky like that. And one of the things that we need to do to make sure the Cardano node is indeed up and running is we have another terminal window open, and we're going to do a command cardano-cli query. Was it query tip tech mainnet. Okay, so that actually worked is exactly like we wanted it to. You have to keep hitting this command to make sure that your node is up. So if your node is not online right now, where it says it's still opening the ledger, we're just going to just keep waiting for it to start spitting out some data here. Okay, so that command took 5 minutes to run. That's how long it just takes. Even if your Cardano node is synced, it takes 5 minutes to even spin up. It's that beastly. You can't hear it, but my other computer in the room the fans are spinning pretty hard right now. Okay, now that we're up and running here, yeah, sync progress 100%. Now that we're up and running, the first thing that we need to do is to generate keys and an address for payments for minting and burning, because minting and burning, they're both transactions and they cost ADA. I think menu TXO is like 1.4 ADA, but whatever. So we can just put you in the corner there. We're gonna go over here. All right, so let's see. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm putting some tobacco in. All right. We need to create a new folder for holding our wallet keys. Well, what do we got in here? Okay, so we're gonna make their MAA keys, marijuana addicted ape keys. Sure. And then what we are going to do is we're going to CD into that folder, and then we're going to do a Cardano CLI command, and we're going to say address key gen verification key file is going to be called MAA payment dot v key, and then the signing key file is blah 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 MAA payment dot ski key. The V key is your public verification key. It's going to be used to derive wallet addresses. This is what you would share with others when you're making transactions. The S key is going to be the private signing key, and it's used to sign and approve transactions. Don't expose this. Don't expose the S key to the public. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. If you do that, well, I can't say. Okay, let's see here. What made that here? Okay, we got the S key and the V key, and let's just say there's the S key and the V key. This is what they look like. Yeah, CBOR hex is just another way of encoding objects as bytes. It's a more compact way of displaying JSON data. It's basically like just encoded JSON data. So we made the verification key, and now these keys are going to be used to generate an address. So Cardano CLI address build attack payment attack verification key file payment v key attack out file MAA payment dot adder. Important that you add the adder. That's going to be your address. And then we're going to specify mainnet because we're doing it live. And ls again, and we have the adder file, so we will say MAA, and this is our address right here. You're going to notice that it's it's a short address. This is an enterprise address. It's non-staking. If we bring that into Cardano scan, there's nothing on here, but it's a valid address. So that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. And we need to, I don't know if we need to export the protocol parameters, because protocol parameters are going to be used for building raw transactions. I don't think we're going to be doing that, but let's just do it anyway. Query, no, it's not that. Is it? Protocol. Take that. Mainnet. Take that out. File. Protocol.json. Cardano. Okay, idiot. Learn how to spell. All right, protocol.json. This is just going to be all of your the current Cardano mainnet protocol parameters. Max transaction size 16 kilobytes. That's pretty much standard right there. It's going to have your menu. Do I have to set? Well, whatever. That one probably wasn't really necessary. So you'll remember that we created this address, and yeah, Cardano scan says there's nothing in there, but there is a Cardano CLI way of checking, and we're going to be using this quite a bit. So Cardano CLI query UTXO protect mainnet protect address. All right, so we're gonna say cat. Let's do this the proper way here. Home Cardano src my keys. Oh god. Okay. Is that gonna work? Huh, there it is. All right. I should really just start copying and pasting. I have notes on my other screen here, but I should have written them better. I'm not a genius. I don't have all of these memorized in order, so don't get discouraged. All right. So this worked fine. We just queried the UTXOs on the address that we created, and there's nothing in there because we haven't sent anything in there. So let's first copy this address, and we are going to send, I don't know, 8. Oh sweet. 8 ADA. God, what the hell was my... I don't use NAMI. Even though NAMI is... I use Daedalus, and NAMI is just better. For those of you are kind of new to Cardano and you want to know what wallet to get, I always say just get NAMI. It's a light wallet. You don't have to download the entire blockchain, and I use Daedalus because it's the first wallet I ever got, and I just kind of stuck with it. The only real benefit that Daedalus has over a light wallet is full node wallets can queue transactions, whereas light wallets can't. But NAMI is a fantastic wallet. Okay, so we just sent that, and let's go query the UTXOs and see if it arrived. Not yet. Okay, so I'm back. I realized I sent the ADA to my Daedalus, and I meant to send it to my NAMI, and COVID's got me kind of messed up. I got really bad brain fog. I called it brain frog. Jesus. Okay, so where was I? So we queried the UTXOs on the wallet that we just created, and we got the transaction hash right here. We got the transaction index, and we got the amount. 8 million Lovelace is 8 ADA. So that's perfect. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create our JSON file that is going to be overriding the current metadata. So if we remember, we're going to go change one of these attributes, and then we're going to go add one. So what the fuck was this? So we're going to go in MA keys. Let's create marijuana addicted ape 0002.json and nano. Yeah, we're not that cool. Nano. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to log into NFT Maker Pro every 6 seconds. Go to my NFT project, go to Marijuana Addicted Apes, and this is the one that we're going to be editing, number 2. Click on the show metadata, copy metadata, go into nano, boom. All right, let's see here. Let's change favorite food from McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese to ass, because all you Zoomers out there love eating ass. And then we'll add a new attribute. So we'll call this occupation. And, well, what's the occupation for an ape-themed NFT? Discord scammer. How about that? And we're going to save that. So if we're doing this correctly, the favorite food will no longer be McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese. It's going to say ass, because Marijuana Addicted Ape number 2 loves eating ass, and he's also going to have another attribute for occupation, and his occupation is Discord scammer. That's fantastic. Now let's go into NFT Maker Pro, go to your projects, and we are going to click on Show Policy, and we're going to export our policy keys. And there. All right. So we've got that. I am going to send that to my MacBook because that's the one that's actually running my entire node. So I exported the policy keys in here, and they are under the all right, so I've got the policy ID script, S key, B key. That's awesome. That is fantastic. And let's just copy these over into the MAA keys directory real quick. So we're going to do copy a dot for everything, and then we're going to say dot, and then let's just say sweet. All right. So we've got all of that in there. And we want to go set up some environment variables just to make our life a little bit easier. And the first one that we need to do is we have to go target this transaction hash. And that is the transaction that we're going to be taking the ADA from. This is the UTXO that we're going to be taking the ADA from to pay for the minting and burning and all that stuff. So I'm going to say TX hash let's just bring this over here. All right. So the transaction hash is going to be this, and let's just make this less shitty to look at. All right, and can I? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. I just zoom that in for you guys. So the transaction hash is going to be this. Transaction index is going to be 0. Policy ID is going to be cat. And that's the policy ID. Output is going to be 1.4 mil. I keep fucking this up, so I keep adding extra zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros. All right, there you go. So this output is just going to represent the min UTXO fee, and this is going to be a variable that we're going to change in the future. Address is let's see here. Let's cat that out. Cat home Cardano SRC keys payment.adr, and let's just see if this actually works real quick. So sick. Oh man, that works. The real token name, important one right here, folks. The token name is going to be exactly equal to what we put in. It's going to be exactly equal to the asset that we're trying to update. And you fucker. What the hell, dude? Oh my god. I'm sorry how bad this tutorial is. I really should rehearse these things. So this is the asset name. So that's the real token name. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys are watching this. You're probably pissed off, but I'm sorry. And you'll see this one right here. You're like, what the hell is this? In Cardano, you have to hex encode the token name. It can't be plain text string. It has to be a certain hex encoded value. So if I go to, marijuana addicted ape 002 equals 4D617. It ends with 3032 right there. That's what the hex value should be. So what if we just do this, just see if that works. Yeah, look at that, 3032. Sweet, that's awesome. So that's how that's a Cardano thing. Just deal with it. Token amount is 1 because it's an NFT. There's only going to be 1. Your script file is going to equal this file right up here in the MAA keys directory. So what we need to do is basically we don't need to cat it. We're just going to do this. Script file is MAA keys, and then that's that. And the slot number is going to be inside your script file. So let's take a look inside of it, guys. Let's all right. Slot number in Cardano, a slot equals 1 second. I think in the Byron era, a slot was like 30 seconds, but that was a while ago. Basically, this slot number is just going to tell you when the policy ID expires. If you don't know when your policy ID expires, you can go click on your asset and then click on policy, and pool.pm will tell you that this policy ID expires on September 1st, 2023. So that's what that slot number means. So we're going to take that number and we are going to put it in there. And the metadata file is new metadata file is what we're going to be loading into the blockchain there. So we're going to take that, and then we're just going to say doink, 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 like that. And we're going to copy all that. These slashes here just mean new line. So you can just paste multiple ones like that. And that's fantastic. So let's just make sure that whenever if I type in echo tx hash, it's going to give me this hash. So yep. Let's test out real token name. So echo real token name. Okay, yep, and let's test out token name, and that's going to give us the hex value. So sick, 3032, baby. All right, that's working pretty well. So transaction hash. This is just going to be the hash that has your ADA that you funded your wallet with. The transaction, the TXIX transaction index is it's the transaction index of that particular UTXO that has ADA inside of it. You can see right here, the transaction index is 0. That's got ADA inside of it. Output, as I said, that's the output value is 1.4 million Lovelace, which is equivalent to 1.4 ADA, and that's the amount used because it's the minimum UTXO requirement. And this is going to change after we calculate the min UTXO and dust fees. Okay. Address, obviously, this is the address that we're currently using that has the 8 ADA in it. Yeah, real token name. I already said that's just the plain text version, and this is the hex encoded version of the token name. Token amount's always going to be 1. That's script is going to be the location of the script file. Slot number is the slot number from the script file. This is when it expires. And new metadata file. This is the metadata that's going to be overriding marijuana addicted date number 2. And as we said, when we mint this, it should say occupation Discord scammer and favorite food ass. So this is going to say ass, and he's going to have a Discord scammer occupation. Okay. So in order to make this not last a billion years, we are going to build the transaction first. So there's going to be 3 steps to doing one transaction. It's building it, it's signing it, and then submitting it. So this is step 1, and we're going to be using the transaction build command, and we are targeting mainnet Alonzo transaction in. It's our inputs. It's going to be the hash and the transaction index. So this is what we're paying with, and this is where it's supposed to be going. This is what we're trying to mint, basically. Is it's going to go to our address, and the output is going to be 1.4 ADA. And token amount is going to be 1, and then this is how you mint a NFT on Cardano CLI. Policy ID token name, and any change from this transaction is going to go back to us. And here's the other mint command right there, and then there's our minting script file, and the witness override. I forget exactly what witness override was, but that's something more for like multi-sig wallets. So let's see if this works. If it works, it's going to spit out a file called marijuana addicted date 002 underscore matrix raw. So let's see if it makes this .raw file for us. All right, perfect. If you're looking at here a transaction build error, that's fine. That's what it's supposed to do. But it's going to tell us right here the minimum UTXO is 1413762. Okay. So what do? If we check our output says 1.4, but we need 1.41. So we're gonna reset the output environment variable. Output equals, I'm just gonna copy that, blah, blah, blah. And then let's try that again, and boom, that's absolutely fantastic. And then I bet we can run that again and get estimated transaction fee. So that command worked perfectly fine. And you can see we have the .raw file. So we're going to cat that. And yeah, CBOR hex encoded right there. Nothing really to look at. But it worked. And we have our estimated transaction fee. And now we have to go sign the transaction. So I go right here. The signing key file is going to be in, it's not going to be payment.skey. It's going to be, okay. All right, so we're just going to make a quick adjustment to that. So we have our signing key file. Yep. So we have our signing key file and the skey file from we have the skey file from the exported metadata that we just did, and it's going to output a .signed file. This is step 2, and that's absolutely fantastic. And let's cat that. More CBOR hex. That's fantastic. Yay. So, notice that the first signing key file right here, this is from our own funded wallet. And the second signing key file is from the NFT collection that we're trying to update. These are from the exported policy keys. And in order to submit the transaction to the blockchain, we're going to be doing this command. Cardano CLI transaction submit. We're going to specify the signed file and then specify mainnet. And if this works, that'd be awesome. Wow. Okay. Now, what should we do here? What should we do? We should query our UTXOs first and foremost. And if the UTXOs were successful, you'll see some data on there. Okay, try that again. All right, fantastic. So we transaction index 0. We've taken some ADA out of here, and it has Lovelace and an NFT inside it. Remember 3032? That was our that's our marijuana addicted ape. So let's find out if this worked. And what we should do is this is our address, I believe. 2 minutes ago. Okay. Output is one marijuana addicted ape. Yep. Got a balance of 7 ADA. And that transaction hash is right here. And it has a token mint on it. Okay. So, look at that. It automatic. I didn't have to refresh the page. It just did it for me. Favorite food, ass. Occupation, Discord scammer. Dude, I love computers. So don't jerk yourself off right now, guys, because we still have one more step that we have to do. We have to go burn this. And if we refresh our ADA tools, we'll see some more history right here. So right there, quantity one, that's 2 mints right there. And you can see the history on this of this NFT. When we minted it 2 hours ago, in 2 hours, this is, hold on, this is 8x has a better, yeah, okay, 2 hours ago. When we minted this 2 hours ago, our favorite food was McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese, but then we minted it just now, and the favorite food is ass. And you'll notice that occupation exists here, but it's not here. So that is fantastic. And now we need to burn the token. Now we're going to go set 2 more environment variables. Send burn hash and burn transaction, or burn transaction index. So that is going to be this. And burn transaction index is going to be 1 because this 1 has the Lovelace plus the asset name. And if you're looking at this asset name, oh my God, all this asset name is policy ID, and it's going to be the hex encoded version of this. That's just how Cardano works. So we're going to copy these, paste them in here, and we have to do these 3 steps over again. But we're kind of getting a hang of it. And let's just check real quick one more thing. Our token balance on the address that we created in Cardano CLI. When we burn this token should just go away. It should just be gone. So when we refresh this page, we should see nothing if we did everything right. So let's see here, Cardano CLI, transaction build, transaction in, burn hash, yep, burn transaction index, mint, we're minting -1. Burning is also known as negative minting. If you don't have -1 on there, you have failed as a father and a husband. So we are going to copy this. Estimated transaction fee. That's fine with me. And now we have to sign the transaction, and just making sure that we have our signing key file. That's MA payment. Yep, S key. Yep. And then Yep. So we spit out a burning.raw file, and I wonder what's inside. Yeah, more Seaboard hex. And this is going to spit out the signed file. Let's see if that exists. That's great. And once again, folks, for the final act here is we are going to submit the burn. Okay. And let's query our UTXOs. Look at that. There is no longer an NFT inside of this test wallet. And let's refresh this page. No tokens. No tokens. And let's go over here. And you can see that the metadata that we changed is still there, and it's still in this NAMI wallet. I still have Marijuana Addicted Ape number 2 in this NAMI wallet. Oh man, that was quite a tutorial right there. So congratulations to the 7 people that are still here watching it. I apologize again for how slow paced this tutorial was. The COVID brain fog is really just taking its toll on me, and I'm like forgetting a lot of basic things. But yeah, that's how you update the metadata on an NFT that you don't own, but you have the policy keys for. That's how you do it. Once again, if you need help with that, hit me up on Twitter, and expect to pay a high price. Just kidding. I'll probably do another tutorial on how to automate this, because I just helped some guy. Do this, and he had like 25 files that I needed to edit, and it took me like 5 hours. So it's possible to do, and yeah, if you guys thought this was cool, go to gooskas.com and buy yourself a Gooska. Buy yourself a lot of Gooskas. I don't know. This is a fun little project I made on my own. Well, I actually had some help with it, but yeah, just a fun little NFT project there. It's nothing serious. How much do I sell these for? I think like, 12 ADA, yeah. So $6. Cool. Anyways, that's the end of the tutorial, and have a great day, guys.